Hello and welcome to Ripon College Cuddesdon. We've been on a journey here at Ripon College in order to transition from a unconcerned place to a place that is deeply concerned with the ongoing ecological and climate crises facing our world today. Part of that journey has been through Arasha, the Christian conservationist organization, their eco-church scheme, which we've adapted into an Eco College 1. So we've been looking at how do our worship and teaching inform how we think and pray and relate to God's creation? How does our care and maintenance of our buildings, our land, our lifestyles, and the way that we engage our local community, how do all of those things help us take care of God's creation better and recognize ourselves as part of that creation, as creatures loved by God and commissioned by God to serve God's world? We've been going through this process. We attained our bronze award last year, and I'm very pleased to say that we have also now reached the silver status. We thought we'd make this video to introduce you to what's going on here, to our Forest Church space, to give a sense of the ethos that is developing here. We're in line with the Church of England's guidance to try to become carbon neutral by 2030. So students and families living here are breathing in and living in this space of these questions and these concerns. We're not done yet. We haven't reached it, but we are on the journey. And so I hope that you can discover a little bit about what this place is and about what this place is becoming.
So welcome to Ripon College Cuddesdon Forest Church. This was begun over the COVID lockdown of 2020 by several students and their partners, and it's been a labour of love ever since. So, welcome to our Forest Church. Come and have a look round. So we'll first go down to our fire pit. When this space was first used, it was all completely covered in brambles and nettles. There was nothing here. And so here it is, our fire pit. Made wherever possible from biodegradable materials. We've got reclaimed sleepers, local stone, and here we've had things such as our Easter Vigil, where on the night between Saturday and Easter Sunday, we spent the night here with a fire all night, telling each other the scripture stories, joining in prayer and conversation. It's a space that's been used for several of our alternative worships that take place here as well. Obviously not used as much in the summer as it is when it's cold, because when we've got a fire and the marshmallows are toasting, it's a fabulous space to be. We head over this direction. Here is the space that we use for our alternative Eucharists. We have our altar made from an old piece of tree that used to stand in the college grounds, with our cross that regularly needs making again. And here we had our first Forest Church Eucharist last year, run by one of our groups. It's a beautiful space. It's one of those places where you can really connect with God. There was a survey done about 10 years ago, before Forest Church first started, where 80% of people said they encountered God more in nature than they did in a church building. And we've taken that on board by trying to connect with nature by building our Forest Church here. We encourage our students to use the space to join in with worship. And I would say it's a job well done for me this year if 6 people go away from using the Forest Church space for the first time and take it into their own parishes, their own communities, and develop that for some more people. Because to me it is so central to my Christian belief that brought me back to Christianity was through Forest Church. So the other space that I'd like to show you is over this way, created by our children. So we try our best to be a space for the whole community. We've got quite a number of children. So this was their Easter garden which they built. You can just about see the stone that's rolled away. And they spent quite a bit of time in our Holy Week building this with some of our children's leaders. So this space is used by numerous people in our college community, but then we also have a connection with Oxford Forest Church, which is the local forest church which goes around different spaces, and they are helping us to maintain the space, and then we host them, so they will be here in October. Also, it's a space that was used recently in the Festival of Prayer, so that a wider community can come and share in what Forest Church means to us, and hopefully they will then take that with them.
So climate change is one of the pressing issues for our generation. We know that it's happening, we're in amazing temperatures, but these aren't normal. And so Eco Church is a way to help us engage with climate change at the grassroots level. We can't necessarily change what the governments do, but we can change how we interact with God's creation and with the world around us. And we can make simple changes, and Eco Church is a way of enabling us to make simple changes that build up and up. As a theological training institute, we send people all over the country with these ethos and these aims and this understanding of grassroots change. And so we can bring these things about. We can bring about grassroots change, being able to live out our Christian values relating to God's world and the world around us.